Hi there, it's me, Nija Drakes, founder of Spark Her Blaze. Welcome back to day 2 of the quick start for our purposeful prioritizer. I hope that you had a lot of success with your priority wheel. And if not, you still have time. It's not over. Just take a little time to sit down with our priority wheel. It's one page for you to really think through and put down on paper those priorities, those things that are important to you in your life. And once you finish this, you'll be ready to move on to quick start number 2. So now that you've got your priority wheel completed, what I want you to do is I want you to look over your priority wheel and consider how you can bundle your priorities into categories. What we typically find is that the things that think are important to us oftentimes fall into categories. It could be family, it could be spiritual, it could be health, it could be relationships, be professional or career, or maybe even dreams and passions, business opportunities. It's really up to you, the categories that you choose. But ultimately, what I want you to be able to do is to look at your priority wheel and be able to categorize those priorities into 3 or 5 bigger priorities. And once you have them prioritized, then we'll be ready to move on to the next step. Simple next step, what we do is in your purposeful prioritizer on the last 4 pages, you are going to find a page that looks like this. And so what I want you to do is to take those categories of priorities and place them on the grid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like so. And I want you to place them on the grid in order of importance. So I do want your number 1 priority to be the thing that right now in this season is most important to you. And number 5, while it would be important, it would be less important than number 1 through 4 priorities. So place your priorities on the grid in order of importance. Once you have those categories there, what I want you to do is I want you to think about actionable steps that can be completed within a week's time. I want you to take those categories and those priorities, and I want you to think about ways that you can take steps and make progress to pursuing those priorities within a week. What actionable steps can you take within this upcoming week towards those priorities that you've placed on the grid? And within the purposeful prioritizer that you pulled off of our site, again on the last 4 pages, you're going to see actually a sample of how you can go about completing this grid. It will actually say my 5 top priorities on the left-hand side of the page. And once you find this page, what I want you to do is again, place those priorities here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to look at each priority and break them down into weekly actionable items. So this is just a sample, and on mine, my first priority was spiritual. So here I have listed that weekly, I want to make sure that I'm reading a devotional. I want to make sure that I'm participating in centering prayer. I want to make sure that I am journaling what I will learn during the week, and that I'm attending church. As you see, there are 4 steps here that I can actually work on within a week's time. Small steps that I can work on within a week's time. So that's my number 1 priority. And as you see, my number 2 priority here, self-care. Again, I broke it down into weekly actionable steps. I have here, journal my feelings, take a 15-minute walk, drink water, eat oatmeal for breakfast, go to therapy, get up 20 minutes earlier so I can enjoy solitude, schedule a physical, schedule a mammogram, and also to compliment myself. So these are ways that I've identified that I can actually prioritize self-care for myself during the week. All right, I know you got questions. You're looking at this list and you're thinking, this is not going to get me where I want to go. I've got big plans, big priorities, big dreams, big passions, and these little things you got on the calendar, it's going to take me forever to get there. And let me just reassure you that these small building steps, these small building blocks will ultimately allow you to achieve your lifetime priorities. How do I know? Because one of my lifetime priorities was to write a book. And I always thought a book was just such a massive feat. It was so big, it's so many pages. It didn't seem like it was feasible. So what I decided to do was to commit to writing 30 minutes a day. That's it, 30 minutes a day. And after a year, I had actually written the book, published it, had it edited, and it was ready for sale to the world. So I share that to say that these small steps actually really do ultimately help you achieve your big priorities. And it is going to depend on how much time you have available. If you're in a season of your life where you've got small kids and you're super busy and you just don't have a lot of excess capacity, you may be taking smaller steps in this season. But as things change, as seasons change, you may be able to speed up the pace. You may decide to maybe get up earlier so that you can make these items a priority in your daily life. It's really up to you. But the reality of the situation is that small steps towards your priorities will allow your big priorities to be met. So there we have it. I told you to be quick. This is our quick start number 2 for our purposeful prioritizer. I hope that you found it helpful and get started. You can do this. Move on to step 2, and I will be back for day 3 for our day 3 quick start to help you prioritize your life in a more purposeful way. Have a great day.